Hello guys, today we are going to develop Minesweeper game. It's a very popular game. You must have already known about it. So let's look at the demo. So let's try to finish this game. So everything is working fine. You see that when I click it, it's uh, opening the grid a little bit, and you can, if I click here, I'm lost now, and if I click here, it restarts the game, and we can try to finish this one. I hope you know this game. If you don't know, for beginners, let me explain it to you. So you see this one. So if you see this number, which means you have one mine in the adjacent 8 boxes. Okay, if you have 2, you have 2 mines in the adjacent 8 boxes. So here, this one, you can see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and you have the mine here. If I click here, you'll see the mine. Okay, so unfortunately I clicked the mine the first chance itself. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, now I have one mine in these 3 boxes. Alright, so now I have one mine here, so I'll put a flag, and I have one mine here. So which one, you'll have to look for one box in the 8 adjacent boxes around 1. So that's make the game little bit easier to finish. And now you can see the next one is 2. So in 2 I have only 2 adjacent boxes, so I can put 2 flags. For this 2 I have already 2 here, so the third one is empty, and here is 1. Alright, so I will make it little faster now. Alright, so once we finish the game, you can see the mine count is decreasing. So now we have 7 more mines to kill. Okay, oh, I lost again. Alright, so now you understood the game concept, right? We can start the development now. It's really easy, but we have to do a little bit of JavaScript coding as well. So this is the layout. We are going to develop it from the scratch, but I would like to show you the event. So events, creating the events is very easy. It's not a big of a task. But if you are not familiar with JavaScript, it's a very simple program. We have to do it. The reason is I tried with construct 3. With the construct 3 functions, the problem is it is filling the call stack. It always says call stack memory exceeded or something. So I was not able to do it with construct 3 function. Maybe I should have tried different approach. I don't know. But the easier way was to create a JavaScript program where it simply loops and now finds the right boxes to find the numbers. So we'll look at each and everything in detail, but it's a very easy one. All you need is to know the concepts of arrays, loops, functions. Alright, so it's a little bit math also is required. So it's not a completely beginner course. It's you might require a little bit knowledge of programming, but for beginners also you can try watching this. You can let me know if it is hard for you. You can comment, put it in the comments so that I can help you out with any of your questions. Alright, so let's get into the video now. I mean the development. Alright, so we'll start with a new project. Let me open the project file as well so that I can simply get the images. So all these images I use flat icon. I don't remember the website. Flat icon, free pick or something. Okay, so these are free images. Alright, so let's start the development. I'll call it as Minesweeper. So please subscribe, guys. A lot of people are watching my videos, but only few people are subscribing. So if you can support me, it will encourage me to do more videos. So I'm thinking to do more videos these days. Last year I was like last 3-4 years I used to do like only uh, one video in 2-3 months, right? So I would like to focus more on YouTube now. So you can share what kind of topics, what kind of games or videos you want to see. You can let me know in the comments. So I'll try to build those projects for you, and I can make a video, and it will be helpful for everyone. Alright, so we'll start this one now. Okay, so now we have created the project. Let's create okay, we can keep the layout as it is. Let's quickly add a background. So background, I think I set this to this color. I think it's up to you, like which background you want to add. So now I would like to place the boxes, the frames where we have to put those mines and all the stuff, right? Okay, so the easy way to do it is to create variables and loop them, loop the creation of all the frames. You can also place them manually on the screen if you are not that good with loops, because if you are still in the learning phase, loops might be little confusing, but that's okay, you can follow this video. So what I do is I'll create two variables called columns and rows. I would like to have few columns from left to right and few rows from top to bottom. So this will give me a flexibility to add more rows, more columns without manually changing any of the stuff on the screen. So if you want to have more levels in the future, maybe 8x8 grid, 10x10 grid, or maybe if you want to increase the levels or difficulty, having these variables will help you. Okay, and I want to have how many number of mines. So columns, let's add columns as 10. I want 10 columns, and rows 15, mines maybe 15. Alright, so now let's create the the frames. So first of all, I will add a new sprite. Okay, this is the frame I want to use, and I want to set the height and width to 100. Okay, so we'll keep adding these via program. Okay, you will get the grid here. Alright, so when I start the layout, I want to loop it. So for example, I'll call the loop name as X. So it starts from left to right on X axis. Start index is 0, columns is -1. So 0 to -1 gives us 10 columns. I did start from 0 because later we are going to use arrays. So all arrays are 0 based index, right? So it will help us to keep aligned. And let's rename this sprite to frame. Okay, I will add one more loop. This one also start with 0, and rows will be -1. Okay, now we'll start with the first frame creation. The frame will be okay, and let's rename this layer to frame. On layer frame. For now, let's put it as X and Y 0. So I would like to increase the width, the position. So when I create the first frame here, okay, let's open this one. Okay, now you can see the frame here, but it is into you can only see half or quarter of it. If I open in text editor, you can see total 150 frames. Okay, plus this one, which is 151 frames. So okay, now I will add a variable X position and Y position. So let's start them maybe at 50. And at the layer, let's rename the layer to frame, and this will be X position plus loop index of X into frame dot width. Y position is also the same, loop index of Y into frame width. Okay, now I can see the frames. You can see the frames is split properly, distributed properly over the screen, but it's too much. We need to decrease the frame size. Let's create one more variable called frame size. Let's set it to 70. So 100 is too much, so I'll set it to 70. And this one, instead of frame width, I will say frame size. And also the frame should be set to size of frame size. So I have created the variable. The reason is I'm going to use that the value later for other objects as well. Okay, now it is good. You can see that it is clearly visible. All the frames are clearly visible, and it's properly aligned. So instead of 60, maybe I will put it as 150 on the y-axis, and X position, let's reduce it little down so that it can fit properly. Okay, this is fine, right? Okay, this is good. So next we'll have to place the text objects and also the mines, right? So after that we'll see what next we'll do. So now let's import. Oh, sorry, I keep doing this. Okay, so the frame is done. I'll add one more layer for mines. Create a sprite again. Yeah, this one. I'll again set the height and width to 100. I'm setting the height and width to little higher than what I need. The reason is this is already looking pixelated. Okay, if I set it to 70 again, it looks more pixelated. By doing this, having like little upper scale and reducing the frame size in the program, it looks little unpixelated, you can say that. Alright, so this is done, right? Now we have created the frames. So next we'll have to place the mines. So for this we need a randomizer. So we can't place the bombs or the mines. You cannot place it in a one order, right? So we have to place them in random frames. So let's rename this to mine. So my method of doing is to create an array. I think a lot of people do that. I'm sure there are other ways to do it as well, but I prefer doing this in this way. So what I will do is I will create I will use this array, call it as array underscore mines. Okay, so now again I will loop it from 0 to the number of times of the rows into columns, which gives us the total number of frames, which is 150. So what I am going to do is I am going to add the arrays, load the arrays from 1 to 50 and simply shuffle it. So, and I'm going to pick first 15. What are the mines count here? 15, right? So we're going to pick the first 15. Okay, I'll show you. So we're going to push the values into the array first. So if I debug the layout, so if you see the arrays, you can see from 0 to 150, right? This is good, right? Now after this is done, I am going to simply shuffle the array. Okay, now let's look at the arrays. You see this? It's simply shuffled, so we don't need to worry about creating a complex program. So now I will pick from 0 to 14, which gives us the 15 frames that I can place the mines. So next what we are going to do is, let's look at the frames. So for each frame you have a common thing called ID. Okay, so this item ID, I think that's what they call. So you can see it keeps increasing. So we can use this ID and we can match it with the array, and you can create the mines in those positions. So I'll show you how. So the frame, I think I did not set it to destroy. Okay, this is, so we don't want the other frames. So I have to, initially we are going to destroy all the old frames. So now once the array is shuffled, again we are going to loop from 0 to mines minus 1, which means 0 to 14. So once we loop it, we are going to identify another condition. So we are going to identify pick the frame, pick the frame by IID, which is equal to the loop count, the loop index, and this is where we are going to create the object called mine on the layer of mines at the position of frame.x and frame.y, and again we are going to set the mine size. So the frame size is 70, right? So we are going, we need to set it little lower. So frame size minus 20, again frame size minus 20. Again we have to destroy the mine. So let's look at it now. Okay, this did not create. So let's do one thing. Let's add a little delay. Sometimes we need a delay to start the other layout, other events. Okay, so now we can see the mines, but it is created in a in a straight line. Let's try it again. Okay, so this is wrong. Okay, so my mistake, sorry. So here I am doing loop index. Instead of loop index, we have to do array of mines at loop index. So this is what we have to do. Sometimes I keep forgetting. Alright, this is perfect, right? So let's try again. Okay, this is good. Again. Okay, this is perfect. Now let's add another sprite for resetting. I don't want to keep reloading the project, so simply I can reset it from here. So again I got this all images from flat icon website, I think. Sorry, wait. So that they told me to mention their website because it's a free one, so that's why I keep mentioning it. So I don't want to get into trouble of any illegal things. Alright, so here we have the speed set to 0, and let's set the width and height to 50 maybe, or let's do one thing, let's set it to 100 again, apply to whole animation, let it set it to 100. Okay, let's position it here. So this will be at the center, 720 by 2, and I think 85 is fine. Okay, not fine. So maybe we'll position the Y to 200. Okay, this is fine, right? So let's add mouse, and mouse, when mouse is clicked on object clicked, this one I want to simply restart the layout. That's all, and this will be maybe we'll call it as reset, or maybe I'll call it as dude, sorry. So if I click this dude, it will reset the project. Okay, fine, right? Amazing. So now this is done. Can you guess next what we have to do? So next we'll have to place the text. So now I have one mine here. So the text beside this one mine, if you guess it, what should be the number beside this mine on the left hand side? Can you see my cursor? So if you take 8 adjacent boxes, so I have only one mine, so the number here should be 1. And if you take these 2 mines, and what could be the number here? So if I look at the adjacent boxes, I have how many? 2 mines, right? So I have 2 mines, so the number will be 2. Okay, now I want to create a text object. I'll place it here. I'll add one more layer for text. So I like to add keep the objects in different layers, so that I don't mess up with the objects in other layer. I'll set the Arial font, I'll change it to monospace. Okay, so this one, the size maybe we'll set it to 70. Horizontal alignment center, vertical is center. Okay, and let's put it to bold. I want the text to be of double size. Okay, so text, maybe I'll name it as count or something. Again, at the start I will destroy this one and I will recreate them. Okay, so again we'll have to loop it. For this time, let's do one thing. This time we'll loop for every frame. On every frame we are going to create text object. So I'll show you. Text count on layer text at frame.x, frame.y. So this did not create. One moment. For each frame, create text underscore count on text layer. Okay, let's debug and see. Text count, it is showing only 1. Okay, one moment. I think we have to put it here. Okay, okay, fine. Set origin, let's put it to center so that now it will be placed at the center of each box. Okay, this is fine, right? So we need to add one more condition, and the frame should not be overlapping with mine. Okay, now you can see the text only for the frames which we do not have the mines, right? So now let's we need to create a program where I can add those numbers. Okay, before doing that, I want to add an instant variable called row and column. Okay, the reason is when I have all the frames created, I do not know which frame is this mine is in. Okay, so this particular mine or text, which frame is in. So we need the address, we need the coordinates of that particular frame, so that we will be able to identify what is the next the adjacent cell or frame, and based on that we can get the data of that particular cell. Okay, so here itself I'll set the frame instant variable, set the value of row, okay, value of column to loop index of x. Similarly, row will be loop index of y. Let's debug. If you look at the frame, each frame you will see this row is 2, 0, 1 and 2, and the column is 0, which is correct. And let's look at another one. So this one is row 11 and column 4. Okay, this is great. Alright, so now I would like to check the adjacent cells or frames and check how many mines are there. I'll create a function called has mine. So this is like a question mark. So we'll return a number. I'll create a local variable called mine count. Okay, so here what I will do is I will add to mine count as 1. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's put this here. Okay, now I will keep adding the mine count. So what I will do, let me reopen this project. Okay, so for example, now we have a mine here. So what is the coordinate of this frame? Row 1, column 0. It's in the second row because it's 0 based index. So it will be row 1 and the column will be 0. So I want to check the first frame here. So the frame is 0, 0. The coordinate of the frame is 0, 0. So if I check the next the adjacent frames, I see only one mine. So how do I know it? So what I will do is, and now I have mine count, this variable as mine count. So I will keep adding one count to that variable. So here I have one mine, so the count will be 1, and here I don't have mine, so the count is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1, right? And 1 0 0, if I add all these things, I will get 1. So the text number here will be 1. I hope you are able to follow, right? Okay, instead of mine count 1, I will set the I will map it to the function. Okay, and in the function I will pass something called row and column. So here I will pass frame dot row, frame dot column. Okay, so I am passing these two values so that I can refer the other values. So again, let me open the project again. Alright, so in the first frame, this is row 0 0. I want to check the adjacent right cell. Now this one will be row 0 column 1. If I want to look at bottom, it will be row 1 column 0, and this one will be row 1 column 1. Okay, now you hope you understood how it works. So instead of directly passing this one, what I will do, so this one, let's call it as up. So this one will be, so we have to go up, right? So this one will be row minus 1. We go up and it will be in the same frame. Okay, so here what we are doing, frame dot row minus 1, right? So what we'll do is we have to make sure the frame dot row minus 1 is greater than or equal to 0. The reason is we don't check the outbound. So for example, if this is 0 0, right, there is no minus the frames which are in minus coordinates. So I don't want to check that and put a load on the CPU performance or the game performance, right? And here frame count, frame column should always be greater than or equal to 0. Okay, this is up. Let's do one thing, let's put it here. And this is down. So similarly, now down is plus 1. So we are going to bottom, right? So the outbound will be always less than rows. So you keep going on to the right side or the bottom. So when you keep adding, you're going to the bottom. So we don't go out of the bound here. So the out of the bound number is number of rows, number of columns. So here we're going down, which means we keep adding the row count. So it should always be less than the count of rows, because we are doing 0 based index. So it's from 0 to 14. So it should be less than 15. And the column count, so it should be again greater than equal to 0. I think this is fine. So the next one is left. Left will always be the same row. Actually, for same column, same row, I think this is fine. Same logic again. If it is column, then it will be minus 1. We are going left, which is one column less, and it should always be greater than or equal to 0. So the row is common and this should be minus 1, the column. So again next, which will be the right. We are going to add a column here. Okay, let's do only for 4. Let's see how it looks like, the result. Then we'll add other 4 items. Now I would like to check if the mine count is greater than 0. If yes, I'm going to create the object, else I don't create. So we'll create the object. Again we'll set the size of this one to frame size -20. Again frame size -20, and this will be the text will be, oh sorry, I'm checking wrong object. Okay, so set text will be mine count. Oh, I did something wrong. One moment. It is zooming in. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, it is showing zeros. One moment, let me put this mine to 0 here. I'll set the mine count to 0 for every. Okay, looks like this is not working. Okay, sorry about that. I forgot to set a return value. The return value should be 1, and this frame we have to pick the frame with same column, same row, and this frame should not be overlapping with a mine. If that is the case, we'll return it as 1. Okay, now we can see the numbers, right? Let me do one thing. Let me so here it is showing zeros. Okay, fine. I think it will be fixed later, but let's see this one. So here if you see this one, it is saying 1 in the surroundings adjacent frames. You can see only 1 mine, so you can see 2 here. So if I look at all the 8 items, it has 2 mines, so it is showing 2. So we need to add on top right, top left, bottom right and bottom left. So with that this program is done. Simply copy this one, paste it here. So this will be up left. So up left will be 1 row minus, so which is up, and 1 column minus, which is left. So I hope this is making sense. If you keep going forward, it should look easy. And now I will add one more condition. So 1 column minus, which is this thing. So again row up right, so which is 1 column right. So we'll add 1 column and 1 row less, so we'll do minus, and this should always be less than columns. Okay, okay, you see now why I first did four sides. It's just a the next four sides, the corners is a combination of these two, like these four items, like left, down, right and up. So again, now let's do down, left. So for down we are going to add one row, and down, left, right. So we're going to decrease one column, down, yes, correct. So column should be greater than it should be greater than or equal to 0. This one again -1. So row is +1. Okay, down, right. Maybe we could have done this with loops or something, but I don't want to complicate things. So here now again add one, and it should be less than columns. So this one is plus. Okay, let's check now. Okay, so this one has 1, 2 has 2, 3 has 3, 3 has okay. Okay, this seems working fine. Oh, sorry, this is the wrong. Oh, the check should be mines count. Okay, perfect now. So this one is the first one is correct, second one is correct, third one is correct, and the fourth one is also correct. So this is also correct. Okay, seems to be, it is working fine. Excellent. Okay, so far it's a simple program I'm thinking, but if you find it complicated, let me know. So before going to next step, what we need to do is we need to identify this blank. So if I click this blank, it has to delete all these things, and show only the borders, just like what happens in Minesweeper. So for that we are going to use JavaScript function. We do it in scripting, like I said, in construct 3 functions. I don't know, maybe I didn't do it properly or not, I don't know, but all the time I'm getting call stack exceeded, memory exceeded or something. So I had to do it in JavaScript, which is easy, it's not a big deal. And before doing that, we need to do one more thing. We need to add a cover. So for cover, simply I will pick a color from here. I will add one more sprite. Okay, same, I'll set it to 100. Let me call this as cover. Okay, so we are already looping here, right? So yeah, simply I'll loop it here. I don't want to mess up the old code. Okay, one moment. So here we already have a function, I mean the loop, where I will set this like this. Let's check if it is working fine. Okay. Okay, fine. We did not disturb the existing program. So here I will create a new object. The object is called cover. On the layer cover, frame.x, frame.y. Again same thing. Let's put it the cover as size to frame size. Cover we need to be little bigger than other objects, so let's try to put it at 10. Oh no, not 10. So let's put it at 7 because I have already tried this number, so that's why I know. Okay, great. So now let's add a event where if I click the cover will be destroyed. Okay, great, excellent. Again we'll have to destroy the cover. Done. Okay, I will take a break because it's lunch time. My kid and wife are waiting for me, so I'll finish the lunch and I will continue. Alright guys, I'm back. So now let's see, where are we? Okay, so this one is done. So next we need to loop this thing so that we can reveal all the blanks with the border numbers, right? So before going to that, I forgot to show you something. Okay, so the source code is already uploaded here. Okay, you can get it for free. So this is for free. Alright, so anyways, I'm going to provide this link in the description. I'm just showing it to you. Okay, so the next one is what I want to do is, so in order to know all the coordinates of each frame, I mean like if they are having any mines or not, and if they have any text or not, if they have any blanks. So I would like to send this to the backend script. Backend script in the sense we're going to create a script now. Okay, let me create this script name, maybe events or something. Okay, so we're going to add a function here. I'll call the function as reveal, which means we're going to reveal all the blanks. But I do not know what kind of grid we have, where are the mines we have, where are the text we have, where are the blanks we have. So we do not have any idea of where these are. So that is why I'm going to create a array and I'm going to pass it to this function, so where we can identify all the blanks in a loop and we can send the information back to the front end. Okay, so when I click something, so this is where it should happen. So before that, I want to create one more array. I'll call the array as map. Array map. It's up to you, right? You can name it however you want. So here at the initial state, I will set the array size. So the size should be, the width is columns, height is rows. Okay, let's see how it looks like. So array map, okay, you see this one, it is looking in the reverse order. So if you see the first row, you can see all the zeros. So from zero, from here on this table, on this grid till the bottom, you are seeing it in one row. But I want to have it in the reverse order so that I can have the mapping exactly same how the table we have. Okay, it's a simple thing. We just need to change this one to rows and this one to columns. Okay, now you see this, we have like 15 rows and 10 columns. So this is in parallel with what we have on the screen on the grid, right? So now all these things are done. So next what I want to do is, so for each frame we'll use the same thing. For each frame, if we have a blank, we'll put 0 in the array. If we have a text, we'll put 1 in the array, and if we have the mine, we'll put a 2 in the array. If the frame is overlapping with a mine, for x will be frame dot row, and this will be frame dot column, and the value should be 2. Okay, let's just check how it is working. Let's not have this one so that we can see where are the mines and we can relate to that. So we have mine in 0, this is 0 1 2 2 0. Okay, 2 0 we have a mine here, and again we have a mine at this is row 1 and column 0 1 2 3 4 5 6, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, this is fine. We are going to do the same for the text. Okay, let me add a comment here so that I will remember. Array mapping, and here it will be 1. So you can see here we have a text, so it shows 1, text. So 1 1 1 0, again text 0. So I'm not sure if you are able to follow. I'm just mapping the top grid to the array at the bottom here. I'm not sure if the screen is much visible to you and you're not able to relate, but if you still have any questions, you can reach out to me on the comments. Okay, so this is fine. So what does it mean is, all zeros are blanks, all ones we have text, and all twos we have mines. Okay, so far so clear. It's okay, I'm hoping it's clear. Okay, now we need to create this function where we will send the data of row and column to the script. So here once we send the coordinates, then we will check the surrounding frames to see if there are any blanks. And I'm going to add one more item here called visited equal to new set. And when I touch it, I want to create the script, call the function reveal runtime. So runtime will have all the objects of construct, so we need that. Okay, let's do one thing. I'll create two variables. One is, not sure why this keeps coming. So when I click it, I will set column, this is, yes, sub event, column. So column would be cover dot column, sorry, cover dot column. Okay, one moment, I think we did not set the column. Okay, my mistake. So column, this is row, and here we need to set the column and row. Column equal to frame dot column, and this is row frame dot row. So now we are going to set this to cover dot column, and this one will be cover dot row, and we are going to send this value to the function reveal. So local variables dot column, local variables dot row. So when I click this, I am sending, we're not going to destroy it here. I am sending this information, the row value and the column value, to this function. Okay, and I'm doing something called visited. The reason is, when I am looping through all the fields, when I am looping through all these fields, for example, I created one loop here, so it checks all the three objects, 3 frames here. So when I go to the next frame, I don't need to check this frame again, right? So I'm going to push this value into the visited, so that I don't need to check this again. So it will save a lot of loops, I mean memory and performance things. So this is very much needed. So now in the function, let's create 2 constants, columns runtime dot global variables dot columns, and const rows equal to runtime dot global variables dot rows. So initially, when I get a row or column, so first thing I want to check is if they are within the bounds of the array. If not, we are not going to proceed further. So let's check if column is less than 0, or if row is less than 0, or column is greater than or equal to columns, or row is greater than or equal to rows. Okay, then simply I will return. So here the function stops. We don't need to go any further, right? So when I am here in 0 0, if the column or row is less than 0 0, so it is outbound. So we don't need that. So there it stops. Okay, next I am going to create a new data set. So we'll talk about visited later. So for now, let's check the create a new data set. I'll call it as directions. So we need left, right, top, bottom, and all the 4 corners, right? So for this one, this is top left. So this is top. So this is top right. So this is left, this is right, so I am getting confused, one moment. So first one will be top left. So top left will be one row negative, one column negative, and this is top. So this will be one row negative, same column, and this will be top right. So this will be one row minus one row, one column forward. Okay, this is correct. So the next one is left and right. So the left is one, okay, same row, one column negative, and right is same row again, one column positive. So the next one is again bottom left, bottom right. So here bottom left will be one row positive and one column negative. Let me add some spaces so that it is easier to look. So the next one is bottom, which is one row positive and same column. So the next one is one row positive and one column positive. Okay, now we have defined directions. Now the next thing I want to do is for loop, where I will create I will put the x and y as data variables, and I will loop it. Okay, so here we have 8 items, right? So it will loop for 8 items, and I'm going to loop it for and with the same function reveal, but instead of same column and row, I'm going to send, okay, one moment. So this is column and row, I'm going to send, okay, let's reposition this one. So this is column, so this is row, so this is column, row, column, row plus x, comma, column plus y, comma, visited. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. So when the row is -1, this one row and x will become -1, so row -1 will take me one row backwards. So that means I will go in the array, I will check the top row. And on the front end, here we are going to create a function. So when I was working on this game, I found something that I can directly create a function and delete all the covers, but it is deleting only the first cover but not the loops. I don't know, maybe it's too fast or something, it didn't work. So what I had to do is I had to create two functions. Okay, so first one is I'll create as load array. So here we are going to add all the arrays. Okay, here we'll set the size to 0, 1. I'll explain you. Let me do this first. Okay. So first, whenever I found a row and column which can be deleted, a coordinate or the address of a cell which can be deleted. So I'm going to push it into this array first. Once the program function has completed identifying all the blanks, then I'm going to create one more function which is going to loop through all the array, all the values in this array underscore load, and delete all the covers. Okay, so before that I'm going to call c3 function, c3 underscore call function load array. So this one is load array, right? Yes. And the value would be row comma. Okay, let me do this way. This will be row okay, I'll put it simple, row comma column. So here instead of value I'll say wait, so here I will say row and this will be column, and array load I'm going to set the value row underscore column. Okay, so first thing is when I click on the cover, I'm adding row and column to the local variable, and I'm passing them to this function, reveal function, and in the reveal function I am setting the columns and rows and checking if they are within the bounds of the array, else I am stopping the loop. Okay, now the next one is I am passing the array information, the row and column information, to the load array program so that we can delete all the covers later. And I have added directions, coordinates here of all the 8 sides. I'm looping them through and just checking if all this function, I mean all the values in these 8 directions, 8 coordinates, whether they have a blank or not. Okay, so I'll call something called array where I'm going to fetch objects dot array dot map. So array dot map has all the information, all the data of the grid, right? Get first instance get at of row comma column. Okay, so we are getting this information first, and we are going to check if array is not equal to 0, we are going to return. Okay, here also we can do the same. Okay, so we are going to return, which means the function stops here. So the array should always be 0. Okay, this value should always be 0. Okay, let's run and see. So in load map, I can see first two as 0. If I click this one, okay, it didn't work. One moment. So load array function, copy, paste it here. Okay. You see this maximum call stack size exceeded. So for that, what we need to do is that so we are going to add this info into visited. Okay, so this information should not, if there is no row and column in visited, so we are going to check, otherwise we don't need to check, right? So for that, I'm going to add one more if condition here. The visited has, let's simply copy paste this one. So we will return. Okay, so the row and column should be within the bound, and the row and column should not be in the visited dataset. If that these two conditions satisfy, then we are going to get the array value from this one, from this array, load array, I mean array map, sorry. And if the array value is not equal to 0, which means we are going to stop the function, because it has to be 0 at any time. And we are going to add that array row and column to visited so that we can relook at it later. And we are passing the row and column to the array underscore load so that we can delete it later. Now we have the directions, 8 directions, and we are looping through, and we are recalling the function. Now let's see. Okay, let's use the debug. Okay, so we have all zeros here. If I click this one, it has to load array. It is not loading, and also we don't have these the stack call error like before. So we made some progress, but we need to check what is the issue. So C3. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's log. Okay, so this function is being called. The issue is, oh god, I didn't even add this function. Oh god. Okay, sometimes I do this silly mistakes. Okay, now this load function should fill. Okay, now let's click this one. Okay, now you see this one. Okay. Alright, so I'll create one more function for destroy to delete all the blanks. So once I click this one, okay, once I click this one, I want to add 0.1 second to destroy all the objects which are in the load array. So we are going to loop from 0 to array underscore load dot width -1. Okay, we are going to loop through, and all the covers instance variable column would be no, first one is row would be tokenat of array load dot add loop index comma 0, and the column would be the same. Instead of 0 it should be 1. Cover should be destroyed. One moment, it's not working. Okay, I think this should be added as int, and even this should be int. Okay, let's check now. Okay, this is working, right? So if there is a blank, it is showing us the result. I mean, it is looping through and destroying all the blanks. Okay, but it is not showing the border. So what I want to do is, okay, so in order to get the borders, I just need to call this function. Okay, let's check now. Okay, so this is also revealing the mine, so that should not happen. Okay, we'll fix that. It's an easy fix. So I will add one more thing. If the array is 2, then I will return. Okay, now it seems to be working now. Okay, great. Alright, so this is done. So let's next go to okay, one moment. So the normal click is not working. So when I click the cover, this thing works. Right, so if the cover is overlapping, one moment. So if sub event cover is overlapping another object which is mine, so we'll declare it as game over, and else it is overlapping with mine, not mine, with the text. So we'll just reveal it. Else, then this should run. Okay, so for mine, if I hit the mine, then it is game over. I'll call it as I'll destroy all the mines. all the covers. Okay, so I will call the game out function, and game out function will destroy all the covers. And if it is only overlapping the text, then only the cover should be destroyed. Okay, let's try again now. Okay, this is fine. So here we have a mine. If I click this, done. So let's reset. Okay, great. Okay, great. So this one is fine. We need to do something. We need to reset the arrays. So this will be map, this will be mines. Okay, now let's add the flags now. So I'll add a new sprite, which is a flag. Again, I will set it to 100. I'll call it as flag. Okay, so now when I right click, I have to place the flag, and if I right click on the flag again, it should be removed. So for that, let's add mouse on object click, which is flag. Okay, did not rename. Okay, so this one let's rename to flag. Sorry, if I right click on frame, and if the frame already has a flag overlapping another object which is flag, destroy the flag, else create the object flag on layer flag, add frame.x and frame.y. Sorry, this is right click, and when it is created, flag size should be frame size -20. Okay, this is good. Alright, so now we are almost at the ending. Let me quickly add so few texts. So this is for okay. So this text is for showing the count of mines. So this will be text mines. The another text I want to have is the timer. So both will be at 0 at the beginning. I will create one more variable called timer, which will be 0, and this will be in mines. Okay, so mines we already have. I want to set these values for every second. I want the timer to be incremented. Add 1 to timer, so this will be seconds. and I will set the timer, set text to timer, and this one mines we are placing the flag. So when we place the flag, this count should decrease. So this one is mines set text mines minus flag dot count. Oops. Okay, so this is going this side. What is the issue? This is text mines text timer, fine. So why it is going to the left? Sorry about that. Sometimes I do it little fast, so I miss out these things. Okay. Okay, so 15 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 should give us 8, right? So the minus is 15, 15 minus flag count. Okay, I get it. So we need to destroy the flag at the beginning. Okay, great. So when there is a game over, I would like to destroy the flag as well. Also, I want to set this guy frame to 1 so that it looks like he is crying. Okay. All right. So when there is a game over, I would like to stop the timer. So for that I will create one more variable. This is a boolean variable, and I want to reset all global variables so that I don't need to manually reset all these items, because timer is increasing. So when I reload, it should set to 0, and game over also should be set to 0. So when the game is over, I am going to call this as game over true, and I'll add a condition here. So if it is not game over, only then timer should run. Okay, now it has stopped, right? Okay, this is good. Okay, let's check how the okay, one more. Okay. Okay, this is fine. Now we need to check the winning thing. So the logic is if all the flags placed is correctly placed on all the mines, then it is win, right? So we need to get 15 flags placed correct, and if it is equal to the number of mines, then it means we have won. Sorry, one moment. Okay, so here for every second I'm going to loop the frame. For each frame flags, I'll call it as mines fixed. So mines fixed, for every second I'm going to set it to 0, and if every frame okay, one moment. Let's do one thing. Every flag overlaps with mine. I'm going to add the count 1 to mines fixed, and if mine fixed is equal to the number of mines, then game is over. So we'll set the animation frame to 2 and the game is over. Okay, let's try to win this game now. Oh no. Alright, so here I hope I won't lose this time. Okay, here. So this is 2. Here we will have a mine, but here we got 1, which is wrong. So this should be 2 actually. Okay, this count is wrong. Okay, we are going to fix that, but let's try to check the win logic. That is the reason I'm failing, because the count is wrong here. Okay, let me check this logic. Let me remove this. Okay, so first left up is same column but one row above. Down is one row bottom but same column. Left is same row but one column negative, and right is okay, I think this is the issue. So right is same column, same row but one column positive, right? So this one should be columns. Okay, this is wrong. Again, let's check this one. Up left, row 1 minus, column also 1 minus, right? Up left, okay. Right is row 1 minus, column is 1 positive. Down left is row 1 positive and column 1 negative. Down is again both rows and columns are positive. Okay, that's what we did. Okay, great. Now let's test it again. Okay. Okay, great. So far so good. Okay, excellent. I won the game, but I did something wrong. I placed one extra. Can you find where is it? This is correct. Okay, let's play again simply. Uh, I lost at the beginning itself. Hmm. Okay, great. So once the game is over, let's put it as game over. And I don't want to give a chance to click them again. So this all will go down here. This will go down here, and these clicking things will only work when the game is not over. Okay, that's all. I want to just try it once again. Okay. Okay, great. So this won't work now because I have already set this condition where if it is game over, I cannot click anything. Okay, if I click this guy, it should reload. It's not reloading. That is because okay. Okay, fine. This is done. Okay, one last thing I want to do is I want to set this timer to hours, minutes, and seconds. So for that, I want to set this one. So if I do this timer divided by 3600, which gives us the hours. Okay, and if I set it to int, it should give me the round figure like 0. So this will always be 0. Okay, now I want to do the same with the timer, but this time it will be percentage of 3600 divided by 60. Okay, so this should give me the minutes, but I'm getting only one digit here. I want to get two digits for in the both the cases. Okay, so 0 pad this comma 2. So this will give us two digits now, and the last one is we are going to add the seconds. Again 0 pad in timer percentage 60. Sorry, yeah, this is correct. So 0 pad comma 2. Okay, all right, so this is done. Okay, okay, done. Alright, so that's all about this video. Did we miss anything? No, I think we covered everything. So I hope you learned something new, and I hope you have enjoyed the video. And if you do, please subscribe and like this video. And if you want to see any more tutorials on a particular topic or in a particular game, let me know. If I am capable of doing it, and if I have time, I will definitely do it. Alright, I will also accept freelance work. Okay, so this is what I do full time for living. So if you have any projects for me, if you think that I can help you with any projects or games, I can help you with. Okay, let me know. So you can reach out to my Discord server, or you can write an email to me. Alright, so I'll see you in the next video. You have a great time. Bye bye.